Swati, uh, appreciate you joining us, but the fact is, Swati, how, many would say you're the DCW, you don't have any locus standi in this particular case. But I want to ask you one quick question. How should any DCW, NCW, any women's wing react to something like this? Because what really now it has come down to is that it is always partisan.
I think the NCW and the Rajasthan Women Commission need to take immediate cognizance of the matter, and I'm very shocked actually that it's been so many years that this has been going on, and the Rajasthan Women Commission or the National Commission for Women has not had any idea about it. The Rajasthan government says that they had no idea about it. How is it that that is possible? You see, these khap panchayats, these caste-based panchayats, they were coming out with diktats about raping little girls, 8-year-old, 18-year-old girls, and the kind of stories that have come out are completely horrific. I read this story about this one girl who was 12-year-old when she was sold for 8 lakh rupees for 15 years. And before her, at least 3 of her other sisters and 1 of her aunts were sold to the same men because her father had taken a loan of 15 lakh rupees. And mind you, despite all of this, still her father's loan is still pending. He has not been able to pay it off till now. So you can imagine the kind of modus operandi that these people, these criminals, these rackets that are playing in Rajasthan, and it's not one odd case, it is happening across at least 6 districts. And I'm sure that there may be many more such districts where this is happening. You see, these people, they are having a process. They first make sure that the person comes under loan, and after that they sell and auction these girls on 50 rupees stamp paper. What is happening? How is it that this could happen without the Rajasthan government knowing? So I have written a letter to the Rajasthan Chief Minister. I have recommended certain things. First and foremost, all these people who are responsible, who are criminals, they need to be caught, they need to be put behind bars, and the strongest punishment needs to be given to them. And secondly, all those people who over the years who have turned a blind eye, who are a part of the system, whether it is the police, whether it is the local politicians, whether it is the SDMs, whether it is all the officers, I think action needs to be taken against them as well.
Swati, I'll tell you why I raised the question of it being partisan, especially where women's commissions, state commissions, national commissions are concerned. Like the NCW didn't say quite anything when it came down to Bilkis Bano's rapists. Suo motu cognizance has been taken, and it should have been taken with what has happened in Rajasthan. I would also like to ask you, it's something that the opposition asks many times. Does Swati Maliwal's heart bleed as much for Bilkis Bano as it does for what has happened in Rajasthan? Because we haven't heard so much from your party on that account.
I am not here representing any party, and frankly, I don't belong to any party. I am the head of a statutory organization. But tell me one thing, Bilkis Bano, she was gang raped when she was 5 months pregnant. Her 3-year-old son was murdered right in front of her by her rapists, along with 6 of her family members. I remember when I read about this case in 2002, I think this was one of the major impetus for me to join activism. So to say that my heart doesn't bleed for Bilkis Bano, I think it is not correct. And my heart is bleeding for Bilkis Bano, and it is bleeding for an 8-month-old baby who was raped, and it is bleeding for a 90-year-old woman who has been raped. And on a daily basis, we are handling so many such cases. In the past 6 years, the Delhi Commission for Women, we've handled 1 lakh cases. And before us, in the past 8 years, the previous chairperson had handled only 1 case. So
Swati, there's no denying that you've done a commendable job. The figures from DCW actually talk about that. Therefore, I will ask you, will Swati Maliwal, the DCW chief, write to the centre for what has gone wrong with Bilkis Bano's case, and why was permission given for premature remission? Because your party is not talking about it, Swati. It's a question that the Congress is also raising today.
So I'll tell you what we are doing on this issue, what I have done and what we are doing. Right now we are in the process of studying these remission policies as well as the parole policies. I hope you must be knowing about the Ram Rahim matter as well. This man was given parole 3 times in this 1 year, and during that period we have all these netas, the deputy speaker of the government, Haryana government, we have the mayor of the Haryana government, and now we have a minister from the Himachal government just bending before this person, just saying with folded hands that they are big bhakts. So there is obviously a problem with the remission policy as well as the parole policy. So the Delhi Commission for Women, we are presently examining these policies, and I will definitely be writing a letter to the centre about improving these policies and strengthening them.
Well, you're the first leader from the Aam Aadmi Party, Swati, to come out and publicly at least speak against of what has gone down with Bilkis Bano.
I would again like to point it out to you, madam, with due respect, I would like to point it out to you. I'm not a part of any party. I'm not a spokesperson from any party. But what I'm saying is what the statute demands from me, and that is exactly what I'm trying to do.
Madam, you know, you might not be a spokesperson, but to say you're not a part of the Aam Aadmi Party, you've been designated by the Aam Aadmi Party as the DCW chief, but I appreciate you joining us and elucidating in detail on what you're looking at doing in all these issues. Thank you for joining us.